Hello everyone, this is ToadinWonderland. Welcome back to more Let's Play Batman Arkham Asylum. It's time to do the challenge mode of the game. And as you can see, there are three different characters you could use. Batman, the Armored Suit Batman, or the Joker. It really doesn't matter if you pick Batman or the Armored Suit Batman. From what I can tell, the only two things that are different is the Armored Suit Batman has the health upgrades and as well as an aesthetic difference. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. This is post-commentary, by the way, because as I anticipated, and you will see later on, I had to make some edits in this video. Wow, that was a mouthful. That kind of exhausts me, actually. But basically, there's three different types of challenges in challenge mode. This is what's called a combat challenge, and what it is it consists of 4 rounds with a wave of enemies, and the goal is to knock them all out. But the catch is, in challenge mode, you can get what's called medals. And for the combat challenges, depending on how high of a score you get, it's how many medals you will earn. I know I kind of zipped by it, but if you get at least 6,000 points, you'll get 1 medal. 12,000 points will get you 2 medals, and 18,000 will get you 3 medals. That's basically what it is for this stage. It is different for some of the other challenges. It will be higher than that. This is technically an easy challenge, though. The first time I played it, though, I have to admit, I struggled, because I just wasn't catching on to the idea that you should string combos and try to vary your moves a bit. But I'll go ahead and talk about that a little bit. Well, first off, before I do get into that, I am going to state a disclaimer. I am going to attempt to get as many medals as I can, but keep in mind that this is no way a guide on how to get them all. Even to this day, I have yet to get every single medal on this game, Batman Arkham Asylum. It's quite difficult to achieve that goal, actually. And basically, I'll put it this way, the further you get in this game, the harder the challenges are going to be, which I think is kind of a given, but I stated it anyway. But anyway, I'm doing this purely for the fun aspect of it, as well as to show off what it has to offer. If I don't get a medal, for some reason, even though I just got my first one right there, but if for some reason I can't get every single medal in a challenge, I'm sorry, but that's that. Like I said, I have yet, even to this day, to do it on my own outside of recording to get every single medal in the game. You do get an achievement or a PlayStation trophy, depending on what version of the game you have, if you do that, and I applaud you if you do manage to get that. But as I said, I'm just doing this for the pure aspect of fun. I noticed this part's lagging a little bit. When I was going through editing this was the only part I noticed it lagged, so that's not too bad, at least I don't think. I guess the PS3 doing all that at once just makes it go really fast. I don't know. Oh, and it didn't look like I was doing good at first, but there at the end, on the last round, I did manage to scrape up 3 medals. I actually managed to do that particular challenge without taking a single hit, and by doing so you get the perfect night bonus, which nets you an extra 5,000 points. Try the best you can to get that. I mean, I can't guarantee it, but if you do manage to not take a single hit throughout the whole challenge, you will get an extra 5,000 points for the combat challenges. And I know I didn't explain everything in that particular challenge, but it goes by so fast. This is a second type of challenge offered in Batman Arkham Asylum. This is a Predator challenge map, and basically this is a stealth mission where you have to take out the scattered armed inmates, and yes, all of them are armed. You have to do it as quickly as you can. There's no like set time limit, but the faster you do it, the better your score is going to be. It's basically like a challenge to see how fast you can take them out. The catch, though, is that to get the medals for these particular challenges, and this is where some good gameplay comes into effect. When I paused the screen there, it showed the requirements for getting medals. Basically, they're like little missions you have to do in the actual challenge itself. For this one, the goals, I should say, not just goal. To get one of the medals, you have to use exploding gel on a wall and knock out an inmate with the debris it causes. You have to perform a silent takedown from behind an enemy, which is simple enough. And another one requires you to use the Batarang to knock out an enemy and then instantly take them down after they fall. So there you have it. And the missions will vary for the different challenges. This is just kind of like an introduction course in a way. For this particular challenge map, they're relatively easy to get, nothing too difficult. Now I know this is definitely not the fastest time for completing this mission. As I said, I'm not an expert at this whatsoever, but I definitely try what I can at least. And I already can tell you that there are a few challenges where I'm not going to get every single medal. I wish I could change that, but it's just not going to happen. It would take extreme dedication for me to be able to do that. But here I managed to get down an enemy with the Batarang and then knock him out to get another medal. And then the third medal, which in my opinion is the easiest to do, is to just do a silent takedown. I believe I save it for the very end, actually. And don't forget, you do have other gadgets to help you with these missions, such as the Sonic Batarang, which I just used to take out an inmate. And you can also do inverted takedowns in the challenge mode as well. Just like that, I took out another enemy, just leaving one armed inmate left. In case you did not know, it's usually when there's just one left, but there are some situations where it could be even just two. But whenever there's one inmate left, their condition will change to terrified, meaning that they'll become more cautious of Batman catching up with them, and their behavior changes a little bit. Like right there, he looked both ways, but I took a silent takedown on him to get the third medal anyway. And basically that's the premise for the Predator challenge maps. In my opinion, both styles are equally good. Like, I don't really prefer combat over Predator or Predator over combat. I like them both equally, in all honesty. I don't have like a preference of one or the other. And here's the next one. As I had said before, the score requirements for the medals does change. Here you need 10,000, 20,000, and 30,000 points respectively to get 1, 2, or 3 medals. And since I failed to explain this in the first combat challenge, I'll go ahead and explain it here. The best way to get good score is, number one, don't get hit. That way you can keep a combo going. Try not to miss as you're attacking the enemies. That's, I know, difficult in itself. But whenever an enemy hits you, or if you miss landing an attack on an enemy, your combo will reset where it's back to 0, just like right there. I lost my combo because I missed hitting an enemy, pardon me. Another thing I could recommend is use all of your gadgets and all of your moves as you take down the enemies. For instance, use the stun move. Something I like to do is even just use the Ultra Back Claw instantly right at the start of the round. That way I can grab a few enemies, and then I stun them as soon as they get pulled towards me. And then you can also counter, which counts as varying your moves. And then once your combo gets up to ×5, or whenever it turns yellow to indicate you've hit enough enemies to activate a combo, don't forget to use your throw combo and your instant takedown combo as well, because they count as varying moves. You can also use the Batarang during combat, and then as an enemy is down on the ground, doing a takedown on them also counts as a move. But basically, whenever you vary your moves like that, you get what's called a variation bonus at the end of the round. And what that means is, depending on how many moves, different types of moves, I should say, you pulled off during a string of combos will affect your score. So, for instance, like, let's say your variation bonus is ×5. That means you did 5 different moves within a string of combos, and that was the best you did throughout the whole round. Basically, it's as many as you can get during a single string of combos during the actual round. So, like if it was ×5, I guess, for example, you pulled off a strike, a counter, a stun move, you used the Ultra Back Claw, and you did a takedown. It would be ×6 if you used the Batarangs, let's say. It would be ×7 if you used the combo throw. ×8 if you used the instant takedown. Basically, that's how it works. If you can get all of that within a single string of combos, it'll increase your variation bonus. You also get a bonus between rounds. If you manage to do one round without getting hit by any enemies, you will get a, I forget what it's called for sure. It's like a vitality bonus or something, but you get a few extra points for not getting hit by any enemies. And finally, the higher you get your combos, the better your score is going to be. So like right here, in some of the rounds I was able to pull off good combos, so I did manage to get 3 medals. And that's the best thing I could really recommend, because there really is no other tricks to say hidden with that. But yeah, it's basically a test of your own skills on how good you are at the game. That's the primary purpose of the challenge mode. It's also just, in a way, you can look at it as almost like a, what I like to call mini-game mode in a way. Because you are using Batman in like certain situations to test out different things. And as I said, for the Predator challenge maps, here we have different requirements. We have to do an inverted takedown on an enemy. I think, or no, I'm sorry, that's not what it said. You have to do a corner takedown. I'm sorry. That's one of the requirements. What that means, and I'll probably be showing it here pretty soon actually on this enemy coming around the walkway. What that means is you bend down and like tuck behind a corner, and then you hit the triangle. Well, on the PlayStation, it's the triangle button for counter. But in that particular situation, when the enemy approaches the corner and you push that button, it'll let you do what's called a corner takedown. And that is a requirement for this particular challenge map, which I just accomplished right there. And I end up doing a video cut here, which it should be here any second. Yeah, right there. I ended up having to do that because there was a few minutes that went by where just absolutely nothing was happening. And I just couldn't get enemies to go in the certain position that I wanted them to be in. So I just had to cut that out because it was completely uninteresting. Except I got shot at twice. I did get in the line of sight of enemies. For Predator challenge maps, it's the same as during the main story campaign. Don't let the enemy see you or they're going to shoot you until you die. And it's suicidal to take them on that way. You're not likely going to survive if you just fight them head on. That's the purpose of stealth here. But anyway, I took care of the corner takedown medal requirement. The other two require Batman to use the Batclaw to pull an enemy off a walkway, and then in the process it knocks them out as they get pulled over the walkway. And then the third requirement is to grab onto a ledge with an enemy above you and then take them out that way. Which, that's kind of a situational. I mean, there's an enemy on the walkway right there. I could have easily done it there, but alas, I couldn't do it. I did do the Batclaw takedown though. Pulled them off the walkway, so I did get that one. And that left 2 enemies in the room. And it looked like they were going pretty fast there. I wonder what happened there. They were like really fast. That was weird. I don't notice any lag though. It just looked like they walked fast. Oh, but whatever. And I'm sorry if this isn't like this is a very informative approach, even though I said I was not going to show off all the medals. That's because the first few challenge maps, it actually is pretty easy. And I figured, you know, what the heck, I can at least show these ones off, if anything. But some of the later missions, I'll go ahead and talk about this now. There are 8 standard challenge maps, and then there are also 8 extreme challenge maps. And the extreme challenge maps are actually the same exact ones as the original, the regular 8, except for a few changes in the environment. Like there will be booby-trapped vantage points on the gargoyles. Like you can't really use them in the Predator maps because they got bombs on them. And there will be like tougher enemies with better AI. And also, like, the medal requirements are much, they're much more strict and difficult. Even the Predator Extreme Challenge maps are insanely hard. They're really tough to achieve.